Heck yeah, finally finished Uncharted 4 last night. I'm gonna make a video for that soon, but before that, I'm gonna catch up on a couple movies. So let's talk about Money Monster. Alright, so Money Monster came out last weekend. It stars George Clooney and Julia Roberts. George Clooney is like this talk show host on this show that Julia Roberts produces. It's about Wall Street, the economy. He suggests ideas for people as far as stocks, investing, and it's more about the entertainment factor though. And then one day a guy comes into the studio, played by Jack O'Connell. He pulls out a gun and he's holding George Clooney hostage on the air. He has George Clooney put a bomb vest on. He's got his finger on the trigger, so if his finger slips, bomb explodes. And so now we got a hostage movie, and that can be really cool. And Money Monster is not really a bad movie, but it's kind of forgettable. The performances in the whole movie are really good. Like, George Clooney's great. You know he's gonna be great. Julia Roberts too, also good. It was kind of fun watching them interact because Julia Roberts is the really uptight, okay, we gotta get everything. Let's gotta be picture perfect, stick to the cards, get this lighting right, get this camera angle right. And George Clooney's like, all right, let's just do the show. Who cares? And Jack O'Connell gives a really good performance in this movie too. He's a very broken and damaged character. And his character is not the most sane person in the world, but you can still see where he's coming from. I think this line's in the trailer, but he says something like, I'm not the real monster here, even though I'm the one with the gun. These guys over here, they're the real monsters. I don't know, he says something like that, but he's got a good point. And this movie does a really good job of building up suspense in the studio. It's a very claustrophobic setting, and at times it kind of reminded me of the first Alien movie after, halfway into the movie when the alien finally escapes and goes on the ship and stuff. There's that feeling of tension because everyone is trapped on this one spaceship with this murderous alien. And kind of the same thing here. Everyone's trapped in the studio, no one can leave, and there's a dude with a gun and a dude with a bomb vest. A guy that's probably a little crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't feel safe in there if I were them either. And so that stuff works really great. What doesn't work so great is when they veer away from that and when they cut to stuff going on outside of the studio. Especially in the last act of the movie, it ends up being like this whole conspiracy theory thing about Wall Street and certain companies that are hiding money. And I feel like that would have been cool if it was in a different movie, but it's just so different from the movie that they had been setting up for the last hour. It just took a really hard left turn. Also, some of the logic in the movie doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and I think it's ridiculous that somehow Jack O'Connell was able to get into that studio with a gun. I was just at a TV studio recently. I had to go through 2 or 3 different metal detectors, and I know that these things are kind of minor nitpicks, but if the movie as a whole was just a little bit better, I'd probably be able to give a pass to this stuff. But since the movie was just kind of I noticed those things more. So Money Monster has good performances in it. It's got a good directing by Jodie Foster. Good tension for most of the movie and kind of dragging boring stuff happening for the other half of the movie. If you're gonna see this in theaters, I'd recommend going at a matinee price because it's not worth full price. I'd more recommend renting this thing when it comes out on Redbox. But if you have seen Money Monster, let me know what you think of it down below. I'm gonna get a review for Uncharted 4 up, hopefully in the next couple days. So look forward to that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.